Welcome to Sense and Nonsense A to Z, where we pick topics based off of the letter of the day. Today is episode 26 of season 1, featuring the letter Z.
We're family and we're your hosts, AT and Z. So let's get started. Bravo.
Not even going to try.
Oh, it's just like bravo. It's a hard D because the Z is silent.
Oh.
Bravo.
Ah. What language is that?
Serbian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, a couple of things about baseball just to follow up from last week. We just had the All-Star break, and which pretty much gives you the halfway point of the season. It was played in Los Angeles. The American League beat the National League, as I suspect every year because they're so strong, but they only beat them 3-2. The MVP was New York Yankee Giancarlo Stanton, who hit a towering 457-foot home run.
Wow.
So it was a 2-run homer in the fourth inning, and that's what took the game pretty much. And the home run derby. So Pete Alonso of the Mets was going for a three-peat. Didn't happen.
Oh,
I know. It was won by Washington Nationals Juan Soto. He ended up not in a good bracket, but no excuses. You know, you got to still win. So anyway, I have one last baseball related thing. Happy birthday to Jackie Robinson's wife, Rachel Robinson, who just turned 100.
Really?
God bless her, huh?
Congratulations.
That's great. I have another birthday note.
Oh,
happy 75th birthday to Brian May of Queen.
yes. How about that?
Yeah. You and I had chatted about this, that there are so many genius musicians who were born in those years. So 1945, 46, 47, 48, right in those years, geniuses. He's one of them.
He really is.
Yeah. So we're episode Z.
We are.
It's your episode,
It
Z?
is. Yeah, it is.
So what's going on?
Well, we just had book club.
Oh, okay.
And it was a very feisty discussion over this book that we had read called The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell.
Okay.
And it was about a disappearance of a couple, a 19-year-old couple who had a baby. And it was told from 3 different points of view in 3 different timelines. But the main driver, the main protagonist of the story was the girl's mother. And it was very interesting. The chapters are short and there's like 5 parts to the book. It's like 400 pages long. Wow. And I was like, I could have done with 300.
That's a big book.
Yeah. It's a New York Times bestseller. And there was a lot of feisty discussion going on in my book club. Yeah. Yep.
Were you involved in that?
I'm always involved in the feisty discussion. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I cannot keep my mouth shut at book club.
No, it doesn't get past you, right?
No. But I'm not the only one. So that's good. A lot of people showed up for this one too. Usually there's like just a small handful, but we were a big group. We were like
big book.
15. Huh? I know. Yeah. So
cool. More the merrier.
I know. It was really good. It was really good.
So we had a little bit of a issue driving down to North Carolina this time.
You did?
We were stopped on 95 in Virginia.
Traffic?
So, oh, no.
Oh,
a trooper stopped us. Pulled us over. Yeah.
Oh.
A trooper. Yeah. So we're like, okay, turn signal? No, I don't think so. We were in the same lane and we're like looking at each other going, what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
And the guy's smiling. He's very professional, very nice.
Yeah.
And he's smiling. He's like, don't want to bust your chops, but I can't see your license plate. We have this cooler that goes in the back of the truck.
Okay.
And it's an extension from the back. You know, it's a metal thing that you put in the hitch. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You put in the hitch and you put your cooler on top and yada, yada, yada. So it extends beyond the vehicle. And if you're directly behind the vehicle, you can't see the license plate. But if you move over a little bit, you can see the license plate. Okay. And of course, New Jersey, we have 2 license plates. We have one in the front too.
Right.
Written warning.
You're kidding.
not even a verbal warning, a written warning. And of course, you run the license to make sure that there's nothing.
Yeah, no warrants or anything
There's
like that.
nothing,
Yeah.
it's clean.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, written warning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do? Take the license plate off and put it on the back of the cooler?
Either the back of the cooler, or you can mount it on the top of the vehicle or something like that. Yeah, you have to move the license plate.
What a pain in the rear end.
Like I said, if you move over a little bit, you can see it. But if you're directly behind you can't see it. But we have a front plate too. So yeah, written warning.
Well, I guess for traffic cams and stuff, they can't see it if they're going to nab you.
Or if you run something that has a camera, the
Right.
cameras. But you know what? Camera picks up the front plate too, because that's happened to me.
Well, when we go up to New Jersey, I don't have Easy Pass, and some of the tolls are Easy Pass only. So you get a thing in the mail that tells you got to pay your $12 or whatever.
Right.
And it's always the back plate. It's not the front plate, because a lot of states don't have a front plate. So they're always grabbing the back plate.
Right. What happened with me is I had taken the express going north, and it's weird getting off the express going back on 95. I ended up, I think I told you, I ended up in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second.
You don't want to be in here.
This is Monticello here.
Yeah.
And as I was going through this one tunnel, it nabbed me, got my front plate, got my back plate. And you could see me clearly, it was driving that it was me,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there you have it.
How about that?
Yeah. Loads of fun. I have prepared 10 Z questions.
I can't wait.
Okie dokie. First question. These are so easy. Favorite zoo animal?
Elephants.
Oh,
yeah.
I like the big cats.
Those are good too. But often when I go, they're hiding out in their habitats. They're not,
because usually it's hot.
It is. Yeah. That is correct. Because we tend to go in like the spring or the summer, and it is hot.
Elephants can't hide anywhere.
No, they cannot.
I like elephants too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Next one. Zeppelis, powdered sugar or sugar and cinnamon?
Just powdered sugar.
Yeah, for me too. But I like them warm. They got to be warm.
Me too. They get very dense when they're cold.
Yeah, I think so too. I really don't like them when they're cold. They have to be warm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't had a Zeppeli in ages.
I was just going to say the same thing. Okay. Ziploc bags. Great invention.
Best.
I think so too. Every day. Yeah, I know. I just used one.
I know. I'm always using those.
Yeah. Okay. Do you call pizza za?
No.
Never.
Is that a thing?
Well, I don't know if you remember in Schitt's Creek, Johnny Rose called it za.
Oh yeah.
I'll have a piece of za.
He was trying to be hip.
He was trying to. I know.
That wasn't a thing.
No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
No. Sorry. Sometimes I call it a slice though. You want to get a slice?
Oh, a slice is good too.
Yeah. Or a pie. You want to get a pie? Pepperoni pie? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get a pie? Yeah. Yeah. I guess I use pie. But yeah, Johnny Rose, za is not a thing.
No, it's not. We love you, but no.
Yeah. Okay. Blank zone.
Danger zone.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
That. Yeah.
It was very good. I'm all about strike zone.
Strike zone.
Yeah. Okay. How often do you refer to zodiac stuff?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, it's like part of life for us, Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Name a Zach.
Galifianakis.
Ah, good one.
Yeah.
Good one. The first Zach that came to my mind is Zach Wilson, who happens to be the quarterback of the Jets. It's the only reason why I have that on my head. But that's a good one. You came up very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any problem wearing zircon? I know some women don't. It's like it's got to be a diamond.
An engagement ring? Are you talking about like
anything?
For an engagement ring, part of a wedding set, I want it to be real, but anything else is fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. No, something formal like that. I mean, I don't want Yeah, I don't want that to be zircon. No. That I want diamond, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But I mean, I know some women, they're like, no, I only wear diamonds. It's like,
oh, really?
What?
Okay. Well,
yeah.
okay.
I don't care. I wear crystal. I don't care.
As long as it looks nice. If it looks cheap, I don't
exactly.
want. I don't want it.
Yeah, if it has stupid prongs, you know how that makes it really look cheap. Yeah, it's not. Okay, what do you do with zucchini?
I chop it up and fry it in a pan. It's like my favorite way. Well, it's really called saute, but yeah, I love it that way. And sometimes I do it
olive oil. Or both.
Kind of both, like a little pat of butter for that flavor, but olive oil so it doesn't burn. Right. And sometimes I'll do it with mushrooms and onions and stuff like that too. But I like it just sometimes just sauteed zucchini. I'll just eat the whole thing. I just love that. What about
I haven't made zucchini bread in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Long time.
It's yummy. It's yummy with cream cheese.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can imagine.
Oh, it's so good with cream cheese. It's ridiculous.
Oh, man. Okay, last question.
Okay.
This is going to be an odd one.
Okay.
A zit. Squeeze it, cover it up, or let it run its course.
Oh, gosh. The thing to do is let it run its course, right? But I have been a squeezer in my time.
Me too. As a matter of fact, I saw somebody doing an interview. It was an MLB game. And the guy had a zit. I was like, I wanted to jump through the TV and squeeze it for him. You know?
I put stuff on it though. Like I try to be good.
Cover it up. You try to cover it up.
Well, no, just like if I have
medicine.
Like I'll put something on it or toothpaste, smear toothpaste on it. That works really good too, like before bed. Yeah. But if it's still there in the morning and it looks like it,
it might just get might have an accident with my fingernail. Okay.
Gross.
Oh man. Hey, have you ever tried Gatorade Zero?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it has 2 artificial sweeteners in it. It has sucralose and acesulfame potassium. I can barely even pronounce that.
Yeah.
I tried it.
Oh yeah.
And it hurts my teeth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it very sweet?
It's like weird tasting. I mean, you know what? I like Gatorade. I really like Gatorade. Okay. But I got to pass on that Zero stuff. It's like,
I don't like stuff with artificial sweeteners in it.
Yeah.
It always has a weird tang.
It does.
Something.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's metallic. Sometimes it just has like a strange aftertaste.
Almost a chemical. Sometimes. Yeah.
No thanks. No thanks. Even stevia sometimes is icky, you know.
Yeah. Time for sense or nonsense?
Sounds good.
All right. Letter Z.
Okay.
Topic is zinc.
Okay.
All right. I think you know a lot about zinc.
We'll see. I know it makes me nauseous if I take it without food.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sense or nonsense? The penny is primarily made of zinc.
Sense.
This is correct.
Yay.
After 1983, the Lincoln pennies are made of 97.5% zinc and then plated with a copper coating.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Sense or nonsense? Humans consume more zinc than any other metal.
Nonsense.
You're 2 for 2, kiddo.
Hey.
It's number 4 after iron, aluminum, and copper. Some of its health benefits include boosting the immune system, preventing lower respiratory infections, treating acne, and healing wounds. It's also found to enhance eyesight and preventing the onset of macular degeneration.
All right.
Amongst a lot of other things. And I'll get into some of the other stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Sense or nonsense? Oysters contain more zinc per serving than any other food.
I have no idea. I would say no. Nonsense.
It's actually sense.
Is it?
It's the best source of zinc.
Okay.
Period. Others include meats, shellfish, fish, legumes, seeds, nuts, eggs, and dairy products. Even dark chocolate has a good source of zinc. But yeah, pound for pound, it's oysters. I know.
I made a face, people.
It kind of stuck your tongue out too. Okay, some information on zinc. In its raw state, zinc is hard and brittle. It's a bluish white in color. When the oxidation is removed, it's a silvery gray. Zinc melts at 787 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yeah. The main zinc mines are located in China, Peru, Australia, and in the US. Zinc was mentioned in writings between 300 and 500 AD, but brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. And items have been found in various Greek and Roman archaeological sites, which would suggest its usage was earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Zinc is primarily used as a coating on iron and steel products to prevent corrosion, which means that they're galvanized. This coating can be expected to last between 70 and 150 years without maintenance.
Wow.
Yeah. Zinc is 100% recyclable. 30% of zinc used in the US is from recycled material. Zinc is used in mouthwashes and toothpaste, and it helps to reduce bad breath. And in shampoos, it helps reduce and prevent dandruff.
Really?
Yeah. Zinc is a natural insect repellent and sunscreen. Zinc oxide is used in ointments, makeup, and in calamine lotion. When you talked about a zip before, it's zinc.
There you go.
Right? Okay, the average person will use 730 pounds of zinc in his or her lifetime.
Wow.
Other uses of zinc oxide are in concrete and rubber manufacturing and also in paints. I love this. It makes the average automobile last longer because 17 pounds of zinc protects it from rust. 20 pounds are used to make zinc die-cast parts like door handles and locks. And each tire contains about a half a pound of zinc, which is needed to cure the rubber.
Wow.
Is that wild?
I had no idea.
Nor did I. Nope. Zinc can store 6 times more energy per pound than any other battery systems, increasing the range of electric vehicles. Zinc air batteries have powered cars to speeds up to 120 miles per hour.
Wow.
Every human cell requires zinc to multiply. It's also required for the sense of smell and taste and helps regulate the body's immune system. It heals and protects the skin and boosts the brain activity. Zinc may be the only known cure for the common cold, supposedly.
Yeah.
According to the NIH, they've done studies, and zinc lozenges and sprays used within 24 hours of the onset of symptoms reduces significantly the length of the cold. And
I can't take those tablets though. They make me so nauseous.
They're rough. I guess that company Zicam, that's how they came up with, Zy for zinc, I guess.
Yeah, I've tried them. Oh God, I just can't.
They're rough. Zinc is present in rocks, in the soil, in the air, in water, and in the biosphere. So zinc is literally everywhere, in every cell, in the human body, in the food we eat, and in the products we use.
How about that? Very important. I never realized how pervasive it was.
Yeah. Inside and out.
Yeah. For my featured actress this week, I have chosen Zoe Saldana.
Letter Z.
Yes, and she is a favorite of mine.
Okay.
Zoe Yadira Saldana Nazario was born on June 19th, 1978 in Passaic, New Jersey.
How about that? A New Jersey girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was raised in Queens, though, and in the Dominican Republic. So while she was there in the Dominican Republic, she trained in ballet and other dance forms. And then when they moved back to the US, when she was about 17, she continued to pursue dance and theater, and it helped her get into acting.
Right.
And she landed her first film role as a ballet dancer in Center Stage in the year 2000, which leads me into the birthday book.
Okay.
The birthday book says that June 19th is the day of the spark.
Okay.
June 19th, people bring out the best and worst in others. Just their presence alone can be somewhat intimidating and therefore arouse antagonism. But their intense drive and fortitude may also inspire admiration. Women born on this day are highly persuasive, directed, and usually know exactly what they want. June 19th people are highly stimulating, capable of getting the most sluggish of individuals moving. Their strong convictions and courage to act definitively serve as a positive example. And I think this is very true for dancers, especially ballet dancers. The discipline and conviction it takes to be a ballet dancer is very high, and it does serve as an example. And that kind of training also permeates all different areas of your life.
Sure. You carry it over.
Absolutely. You know, I've heard people say like dancers are some of the toughest people because of what it takes to be one.
Yeah.
A few of their strengths are persistent and challenge oriented, but they can be a little rigid. So it's best for them to be a bit more contemplative and remain open to compromise, which it seems she's been able to do because she's worked with some amazing people like Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, James Cameron, Tom Hanks, Bernie Mac, Keira Knightley, et cetera, and they all have good things to say about her. Some others born on this day are Kathleen Turner, Paula Abdul, another dancer, Felicia Rashad, Lou Gehrig, Gina Rollins, and Mo Howard of the Three Stooges. Yes.
Hey, Mo.
Exactly. She was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on May 3rd, 2018. And she is the first and to date the only actress in history to star in 3 films that made more than $2 billion at the box office. Avatar, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. And her movies have grossed over $11 billion worldwide. She's appeared in 3 of the 5 highest grossing films of all time. Who has done
3 of
that.
them are huge. Yeah.
Yes. So I did see Center Stage and I did like it. And she was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, and she was good in that. And she was in other stuff and she was always good. But where she really hit me was in 2009 with J.J. Abrams' movie reboot of Star Trek. She plays Nyota Uhura with Chris Pine as James Kirk and Zachary Quinto as Spock. And I just loved what she did with it. And I know that she spent time with Nichelle Nichols beforehand. So it helps to know that she had kind of her blessing and her backstory to go into this direction. She has this quote about Kirk and Spock, and I feel the same way. So I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
She said, I tend to be very picky, so I look for the perfect man. So if Spock and Kirk can mix, they would become the perfect man. That's the kind of guy I'd go for. I don't only go for muscles. I don't only go for brains. You just need to have a little bit of bad boy and a little bit of a geek, and then you've got the perfect guy. And I think that's true 100%. Because while James T. Kirk was really a genius, he needed some more reserve to him, and that's what Spock had. He brought that. He kind of kept his emotions under control, even though they were there, and he thought a little bit more logically. Where James Kirk was just fly by the seat of his pants, shoot from the hip all the time. So if those two guys could mesh together, they would be perfect. And I agree 100%. She was also in Star Trek Into Darkness with Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan in 2013, and Star Trek Beyond with Idris Elba being the baddie. And in 2009, she was also in Avatar, which was a huge deal, playing Neytiri, one of the natives of the planet Pandora. And she did a great job. She said that this was the toughest role to let go of because she lived it for over 1.5 years. And usually you only live characters for about 4 months. So, I thought that was cool. I did like this movie. Did you see Avatar?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like it?
It was okay. It was okay.
I think it was like a space Dances with Wolves.
Okay.
You know? Because it's basically the same idea.
Yeah.
You know, white people are coming to take over a place and pushing out the natives.
Right.
You know.
All right.
And then one white guy says no, falls in love with a native.
Exactly.
and does his best to preserve her land, right? So it's basically Dances with Wolves in space with blue people, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to mention The Losers in 2010 because I really love that movie for some reason. It's so quirky and it's so weird. And Zoe Saldana plays Aisha, who is a total badass. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in it, along with Chris Evans and Idris Elba again. It's a fun action movie, but it's kind of like off the wall. It's a little quirky. It's a little weird. And I just like it. Probably because I like a lot of the players that are in it. Have you ever seen Losers?
The Losers, no.
No. It's just an action movie. I mean, there's not a lot of depth to it, but it's good, and she's good in it. Then in 2014, she played Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Guardians live in the Marvel universe. So she was also in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Avengers Infinity War, and she dies in Infinity War, but through some time travel hijinks in Endgame, she's alive again and in the present time to fight against Thanos in the final battle with Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, so that Tony Stark can sacrifice for the world. And then we all cry because Robert Downey Jr. says goodbye to the defining role of his career. So yes, technically they were in a movie together. Even though they kind of weren't in the movie together. They don't have any real scenes together, but they're in the same movie. In 2022, she was in the Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds that actually deals with more time travel hijinks, but I like it very much. And she has a bunch of stuff in post-production right now, including 2 Avatar movies, a Guardians movie, and a Guardians special.
Wow.
And that's all in post. And then she's also filming 2 more Avatar movies at the moment. And another Star Trek sequel that is untitled right now is in pre-production. So I like her very much. She's got a fierceness and an intensity to her that makes her very believable to me. And I do like the roles she chooses. I can identify with those. I would want to play those roles. Remember we were talking about Keira Knightley and you said she has the career that I would have chosen?
Yes.
Well, Zoe Saldana kind of has the career that I would have chosen. You know, she plays those kinds of parts that are attractive to me.
Right.
So that's kind of like all I have to say about her. I like her,
she's
and
pretty girl, and
she's pretty, and she's feisty.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's down to earth, and and I just like her very much. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I had seen her back in years and years ago in Law and Order SVU. I know you watched it. Yeah,
no, that was like her first like acting.
She had done regular Law and Order, but she did do an SVU.
Oh, okay,
okay.
So, yeah, I can't watch SVU.
I know. I love that show.
Oh God, a lot of people do. A lot of people love it. I cannot watch it. I cannot. It just hurts me.
No,
it hurts me in my heart to watch.
I know. It's upsetting at times, you know.
Yeah.
But you get past that and just get into the plot and stuff. So
I can't watch it. I can't.
Love it.
It's too emotional.
SVU, I love it. I've had people ask me like, what kind of music do I like, or what kind of music I listen to? And one of my typical answers has been everything from AC/DC to ZZ Top, you know, A to Z. So, of course, with Z, let's talk about ZZ Top.
Okay.
Formed in 1969 in Houston, Texas, they've been categorized as blue rock, southern rock, and of course, hard rock, which is what I prefer. Billy Gibbons is the guitar player. Dusty Hill played bass. Unfortunately, he passed last year.
Oh.
Yeah. And now he's been replaced with Elwood Francis.
Does he have a big long beard?
No.
Oh.
No, at least not that I know of. Let me find out.
Okay.
And ironically, the drummer's name is Frank Beard, but he doesn't have a beard. ZZ Top has released 15 studio albums, 4 live albums, 7 compilation albums, and 44 singles. Sold an estimated 50 million albums worldwide. As far as album certification, they've earned 4 gold, 3 platinum, 2 multi-platinum, and 1 diamond. Happens to be my favorite album, Eliminator. And we'll get to that in a minute. They won 3 MTV Video Awards. I mean, they were big during the MTV era.
Yeah.
2004, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Keith Richards.
Oh, no.
His speech focused on consistency and longevity, of which Keith Richards knows a thing or two about. ZZ Top is a big supporter of St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Yes.
My favorite album is Eliminator, and I believe it's their biggest album. It's the one that got certified diamond. Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man.
That was a great video too. Sharp Dressed Man.
God, yeah.
I know.
Got Me Under Pressure.
Yeah.
And Legs. So I've come up with 80s top 5 ZZ Top songs.
Okay.
I'm going to go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
Ready? Number 5, I have Sharp Dressed Man.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, I have Legs.
I knew that was going to be in there.
It has to be, right?
It has to be.
Number 3 is Cheap Sunglasses.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, how Lagrange. And my number 1, you must have seen me sing this, is Tush.
Well, I think everybody's favorite ZZ Top song is Tush, isn't it?
Oh, it's my favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs to sing too.
I can see that. I'm
Love
surprised they play Tush on the radio, to be honest with you.
Why?
Well, because if you listen to the lyrics,
Oh, come on.
I know.
They're not that bad. So I have a couple honorable mention.
Okay.
Give Me All Your Lovin'.
That's a good song.
It really is. I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. Tube Snake Boogie. Got Me Under Pressure. Waiting for the Bus. Jesus Just Left Chicago. This is one of those songs that it's like, what's the name of the song?
Maybe if I heard it, I would know.
I know
it.
you know the song.
Okay.
It's dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
have mercy.
oh my goodness. I
Waiting
never
for
knew
the
that.
bus. Jesus Just Left Chicago.
No, I didn't know that was the name of that
I
song.
know, right? Another one is Pearl Necklace. And the last one I'm going to give an honorable mention to is I Thank You. It's a great song. They're on tour right now. They're in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware. Next week, they're going to be in Asheville and Greensboro, North Carolina. And then in October, they're going to be in Atlantic City.
How about that? Their videos were cool. I can see why they won MTV Video Awards.
Yeah.
Because they were very visual. They were very quirky. Plus, they always had the beards, the sunglasses, the spinning guitars.
Those beers were wild, weren't they?
Yeah, but the spinning guitars were pretty cool too.
I love that. And how about the car?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the car was just awesome. I'm looking for a picture of Elwood Francis. I don't know.
Is he trying?
I think he does have a beard.
Well, good for him. I thought that might be a prerequisite to
It might be.
It
might be. It's either I see some. Yeah, it might be his.
Uh-oh. Is it a fake one you just put on?
I don't know. But
like in Psych, 2 cans, Sam.
Or half of the beard.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know him. It's not like I can definitively say that that's a beard or if that's a Psych beard, but anyway.
All right.
Yeah, ZZ Top.
I have a Z peeve.
Oh, I have one too, but you go first.
Okay, good. This is actually a love-hate relationship.
Okay.
Is with the Zoom.
Okay.
Zoom.
Yep, me too.
Zoom is a great platform. I do not want to slag them off. They give us a great free service that we use.
And we love it.
Our meetings, and we love it. And it allows us to be face to face, even though we're far away sometimes, and record our podcast. And for that, I am very grateful.
Right. Or even when we have meetings,
Even when we have meetings, it's super important. It allows us to see each other. And I think the connection is stronger than if we were just doing it over the phone. However, they have instituted a 40-minute time limit for 2 people. And I understand it for more than 2 people because, they don't want to be exploited and then they have to make money. But for 2 people, our 40-minute time limit is just enough to be aggravating. And and I'm sure that they came to that number for that reason, because it is aggravating.
Yeah.
To have your meeting cut off at 40 minutes. So many times we're like, oh, we just need 5 more minutes and we'd be done. And I know that that's kind of, they did their market research and they realized that meetings do generally run 45 minutes to an hour. And by cutting you off at 40 minutes, it will make you annoyed enough that you will go pro and pay for the upgrade of
Cough
pro.
it up. Yep.
Yes. Which I looked it up. It's $12.50 a month, $150 a year, and it is reasonable. However, it's not really feasible when you're doing something that's not making you any money.
Right.
Having another subscription to something is just something that we cannot afford to do at this point. So we have to slog through okay, we're done, and finish on text or wait and then start another meeting at some point. Yep. So it's just,
we've been working around it, though.
We have. And like I said, I do not want Zoom to think we don't like them, because
no, we love them. Yeah,
we really do. But it's just this little peeve that I really would have loved 5 more minutes, man. 5 more minutes. Then I would give you 5 stars. But as it is, I have to give you 4 stars and a finger.
It's just like the kid before he goes to sleep. Oh, 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Exactly. Yeah. Or waking up in the morning. 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my Z peeve.
Okay.
I'm a realtor. Mm-hmm. I've been a realtor for over 25 years. And this company by the name of Zillow.
Yes.
The real thorn in my side. Didn't start out this way, but they found their niche of how to make money. And they're really making money off of our hard work. So what happens is we get a listing, and we work hard to get our listings. Mm-hmm. We figure out a description, do photos, do all our research, do all our history on the house, and do measurements. We put it on our MLS system. This is step 1 to promote a listing, to market it, to try to give it the most exposure. Mm-hmm. So what they do is they take all the listings and upload them into their system. Mm-hmm. And they promote it like it's their listing. Now, originally, when someone was requesting information, it would go to that agent. So it's like, okay, they're helping us promote our listing. However, like I said, they figured out a way to make money. What they do is they go after the agents and try to get money as a subscription. And it's per zip code. So let's say Albany, New York. They'll only give the subscription it was originally just 1 person. Then they changed it to 3 people. Let's give the example of 1 person. So if somebody clicks on an Albany listing, and there's 2 options in Zillow. One option is to request a tour, and the other option is contact agent. And for the public, I'm sure they're assuming that if they hit that, they're going to get in touch with the listing agent. No. It doesn't go to listing agent. It goes to the person who paid for that zip code.
Oh my goodness.
So me as a listing agent, they've taken my listing. They're on their website. I don't get leads that way. And a lot of people are using Zillow because they really have run a strong campaign. And to their credit, they have a very good platform. It's a really good website. Mm-hmm. That's how they're making money. Now they're trying to get us out of the process completely, and they'll write the contract. So they were trying to do that angle as well, and just try to,
Don't you have a contract though with the people that you?
Yeah. So as a listing agent, yes, you're going to get that side of the deal. Once you get a listing, that's how you get buyers, is based off of your listing. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. You only have X amount of people that you know and who know people and yada, yada. It's all about referrals, right? So you kind of rely on your marketing strategy. People don't just drive around anymore. That was back in the 90s. Once the internet happened, people just surf. That's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to get buyers based off people surfing. And that's why you have websites. That's why you do whatever you can do to market your listing. So I have one person that I blame for it. It's the National Association of Realtors who've allowed them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They could put a stop to it. I'm sure there's big money involved here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's just coming right out of our pockets. We're not getting leads based off of that. So whoever is paying the money to get leads in the zip code, they're getting our leads.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can you watermark your photos?
Our MLS system watermarks them on their own. We're not allowed to.
Oh.
You can modify them, but you can't brand them.
That is not fair.
No, it's not. No, your hands are tied. I've tried everything because you know me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to go up against these guys, but I don't have the time. I don't have the money. And at this point in my career, forget it.
I know.
I do not have the energy.
That seems very unfair.
Oh, it's terrible. And it's been for the past, I don't know, 15 years like this. Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Zig Ziglar?
Yes.
Okay. So you know who he is.
Yes.
He was a salesman turned author and motivational speaker. He was born in 26 and he died in 2012. He was known for a couple of his quotes.
Okay.
And some of them are pretty comical.
All right.
Okay. So just a couple of his quotes. Remember that failure is an event, not a person. You will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. People often say motivation doesn't last. Neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. Here's one of his famous ones. Expect the best, prepare for the worst, capitalize on what comes. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude.
Oh.
If you can dream it, you can achieve it. I think I've heard that 100 times.
Yeah.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
It sure is.
Yep. Oh, I like this one. Failure is a detour, not a dead-end street.
Wow.
There are no traffic jams on the extra mile.
I
like that one. Money won't make you happy, but everyone wants to find out for themselves.
I'm sorry, but money helps a lot.
Yeah. You cannot climb the ladder of success dressed in a costume of failure. Confidence is going after Moby Dick in a rowboat and taking tartar sauce with you.
But if you don't like fish.
Yeah. Yeah. We're allergic.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much stuff we get done the day before vacation.
That's true.
Isn't it?
Scramble, scramble, scramble.
Yep. Take time to be kind and to say thank you. I mean, that's kind words anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You never know when a moment and a few sincere words can have an impact on a life.
That's true. You don't.
No. If you want to earn more, learn more. And this one's the last one. If you treat your wife like a thoroughbred, you'll never end up with a nag. I think that's his best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zig Ziglar.
So for the Z episode, I'm all about the Zoes.
Right.
So for my featured TV show with the letter Z, I have chosen Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Okay.
Did you ever see that show?
I have not.
Okay.
There's only one thing I know about it.
Okay.
It was like a musical thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So this came out in 2020, and a young woman discovers she has the ability to hear the innermost thoughts of people around her as songs and musical numbers, dancing and the whole business.
Okay.
She calls them heart songs. So Jane Levy plays Zoe, a computer programmer. Skylar Aston plays Max, her best friend, who wants to be her boyfriend, but she's interested in a guy named Simon, who's played by John Clarence Stewart. And Alex Newell plays Mo, her neighbor, who turns into her best friend while she figures this out. He is a Black cross-dressing gay man. I don't know if he's actually a drag queen because he always presents as female, but he identifies as male.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. They don't really ever get down to the labels on that, but his storyline has a lot to do with,
but it's a comedy, right? So it's pretty light as far as that's concerned too, I'm sure.
I wouldn't say that. No. So Mary Steenburgen is her mom, and Peter Gallagher plays her father, who suffers from a condition called progressive supranuclear palsy, or PSP, and he is at the point where he cannot speak. It's a fun and it's a quirky show. It takes place in San Francisco. It's got interesting characters, and the way she gets this power is she's been having like headaches, and they might be due to stress, and her eyes are hurting her, but she's afraid that all these headaches are due to a condition that she's inherited from her father. So her mother encourages her to go get an MRI if she's worried about it. And during the MRI, they play music because she's highly claustrophobic. So she's like, just, play music. Sure. And what's playing is REM's It's the End of the World as We Know It.
Oh, man.
And then an earthquake hits, and everything kind of goes haywire while she's in this MRI machine. And she winds up having all of these songs from the internet downloaded into her brain, and you can see the image of her brain from the MRI on the computer screen, and her entire brain's lit up with this. So she winds up with this ability that completely freaks her out, but it really starts to grow on her, especially when she finds out that she can communicate with her father with it.
Sure. Makes sense.
So sometimes the songs are very, very personal, and sometimes they're big shared song and dance numbers. Like Help is the first one where she's like, what the hell is going on? Everybody around me is singing and dancing to help. And it is vulnerable and it is heartfelt, but it is also very funny. It's a nice combination, but the first season especially was heartbreaking because there's a lot of emotions, dealing with her father dying, trying to navigate a love triangle that was going on. A person in that love triangle also dealing with grief from the loss of a parent. So there is a lot of emotions. It can be heavy, but it is also paired with a brevity. So you never feel like, oh, this is such a depressing show. But at the same time, I'm crying all the time when I watch this thing.
Man. Okay.
So one of the mainstays through both seasons was that when she heard someone's heart song, she had to try and help them to the best of her ability with whatever the issue was, trying to figure it out. And sometimes she got a lot of resistance from people with that because, this is a very personal thing. And she'd be like, hey, so is anything bothering you? And they'd be like, no, get away from me. What's the matter with you? She tried to ignore them. But when that would happen, the universe would pester her incessantly about it. For instance, her boss, Joan, sang I Can't Get No Satisfaction in the bathroom to her while she was having problems with her husband. And Zoe's like, I'm not going to talk to her about that. Yeah, that is ridiculous.
That's one of those subjects you don't want to go to.
Right. So she tried to ignore it. And everywhere she went, she heard Satisfaction. The marching band was playing it. It was an elevator music. It was just, she couldn't get away from it. So she learned that she had to deal with it when a heart song came up. And this forced her to make all kinds of connections with people, especially people she didn't particularly like on the surface. And it transformed a lot of her relationships at work and personally within her friends and family. So for instance, that boss, Joan, that she didn't want to talk to, she actually did wind up talking to her about it and kind of helping her navigate this really rocky situation with her husband that wound up in divorce. Joan was very abrasive in the beginning, and she really didn't care about anybody in the office. And from doing that when Zoe's dad was in his final days. And then after he passed, Joan was like, you take all the time you need because you helped me through the hardest time in my life. I would be completely a jerk if I didn't help you through this. So it is the universe kind of being like, you get back what you put out, basically.
Right.
So you had the overarching storyline of her father passing and this love triangle going on, but within each episode there was a different thing to deal with, different people with different heart songs, sometimes multiples going on. And so it's never slow. It's a very fast-paced program. And season 2 dealt with her having to get over the grief of her dad and also navigate the triangle. That went in some interesting directions. Zoe winds up being with both of the guys in her love triangle at different points. And it really is a triangle because the guys become friends while they're supporting her through her grief. And they decide that they don't want to be in competition with each other. It makes it a lot easier in some ways because in the beginning, they are very much kind of competing with one another. And that makes her crazy too, because she worked with them both.
Right.
So it was like, but the relationships don't work out for a couple of reasons. With Max, who was her best friend, the timing was wrong. It was right as she was going through all the grief with her dad. And that's a hard time to start a new relationship.
Sure.
And then with Simon, it kind of ran its course. They had this great connection. They were going through the same thing at the same time. His father had passed and she was helping him through that. And then he helped her. But once that kind of was done and their grieving process was kind of over and that itch that had been scratched, you know, the what if, that attraction thing,
right?
They were kind of both okay with moving on as friends. And so the end of season 2 does find Zoe single again after ending things with Simon. But now Max is in a relationship, a serious relationship with a girl, and he's going to move to New York to be with her. Zoe's like, I can't let him go without telling him.
Sure.
So she goes to the airport and she sees Max singing a heart song. And she tells Mo, I just heard him sing a heart song. He loves her. I can't go and wreck that, you know? So she kind of goes home and she's sitting there on their park bench. And then he winds up showing up. He was actually singing a heart song to Zoe. She just didn't know.
I kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the problems they had in their relationship was that Zoe could always hear what was going on for Max, but he couldn't hear what was going on for her. He decided he didn't care. He got over it. He's like, I don't care if the balance of power is always in your favor. I'm okay with it now. And she was always afraid to jump in with both feet with him because she was afraid of losing him and risking the pain of losing somebody else she really cared about, like her dad.
Right.
So she decided that she was going to go all in with Max. And when he comes and they're kind of finally talking about it and she's revealing to him what's kind of in her heart and in her mind, he hears her heart song.
No kidding.
Yeah, it reverts.
Oh, that's cool.
And he can hear it. And he's like flabbergasted because she's got a huge number and all the people are dancing around her and he can hear the music and he's like, oh my God, this is incredible. Right. And then they come out of it and she's just like, I want to be with you. And he's like, Zoe, you just sang your heart song to me. And they're like, what the F? You know, but it was really good. So she was the one stopping him this whole time. And once she let her guard down, and it gives you the sense that they'll make it now.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. There's a connection.
Absolutely. She was being vulnerable finally with him. Right. So NBC canceled it after 2 seasons due to low ratings. But I hate when they do this because they moved the show around 4 times.
Did they?
Yeah. And it's like they shoot these shows in the foot by doing that and then yank them when you can't even be sure it's the show's fault. It's not performing well. It could just be, you know, when you move stuff, you know, you don't know what you're now bumping up against for other people or if they don't even know it's been moved or whatever. So this makes me so mad because it always happens with the fun, quirky, unique shows. You know, it's almost like the networks cannot stand anything different and they just want the cop, hospital, fire shows, you know, firehouse shows or worse, reality shows. They can't,
oh God,
you know, They can't
Yeah.
stand anything different. Anything with personality just gets squashed. And it's really annoying to me because those are the shows that I like.
I wonder if a cable network would pick this up.
Well, good thing you said that,
Mm-hmm.
because it was just officially canceled on June 9th, but producer Austin Winsberg is trying to find a new home on a streaming service.
Yeah.
It's already streaming on Hulu, so Hulu might
Hulu
be
could
a
pick it up.
logical choice to
Sure.
pick it up.
Sure.
It's won a Primetime Emmy Award and a handful of other awards too.
I
So it's
I
not
Googled
like,
it while you were talking to me, and I see that it was nominated for all these awards.
yeah, a bunch of times. So the show has some chops.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, not everybody who is on the show is a great singer, but there are some really great singers on that show. So it's not like you're sitting there cringing because, you know, they're trying to sing the Beatles songs and it's horrible.
Right.
It's not. They really did a good job with it. And it would be really nice if somebody else gave it a chance, because it was different enough that it would be cool to let something like that live.
I got to tell you, I think NBC didn't do a very good job marketing this show.
No.
I remember the commercials for it, and it was like, oh, okay. And then I let it go from there.
Yeah.
It didn't keep me interested. So I kind of blame NBC also. Well, they're marketing.
Yes.
NBC's marketing. You know, obviously you have to blame NBC for their decision to keep moving it and canceling the darn thing.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
But yeah, they didn't do a
made
good
big
job
mistakes.
marketing it. When I first saw it, I wasn't interested in it.
Okay.
Because I don't like those just musical singing out of nowhere. It doesn't make sense.
And that's kind of what I thought it was.
Exactly. But when you really understand the premise of the show, you're like, oh, because she's the only one who can hear it. So she's standing there and everybody else around, like sometimes she'll be like, can you hear this? And they'll be like, no. You know, what do you see right now? It's like just a bunch of white people drinking overpriced coffee, you know, while this huge number is going on around her. Right. So it makes more sense in that context. It's not like Fame or Glee or something
exactly
like
what
that.
I thought. Yes.
Yeah. So I found this actually during the pandemic. Oh, when I was, you know, going through everything.
I'm like, sitting on the couch like the rest of us. Yeah,
exactly. I'm like, you know, let me try this and see. And I was like, oh, this show has like a lot of heart, and it makes sense in the context of the show why this stuff is happening. So it's a shame that it did get canceled, but they did a decent enough job with closure on the last episode that I won't be angry if they don't do anything else. Like I said, it will be nice if it lives, but they did a decent enough wrap up that you have enough hope for the future with all the characters that you care about. Right. So
was her heart song I Melt With You?
Yes, it was.
I just Googled it. That's why.
Yes, it was.
Honestly, I was looking to see what kind of songs they picked.
They're mostly pop songs.
Yeah.
You know, pop culture songs that are easy for people to identify.
Sure.
But they come from all decades. Like I said, they
I'm looking at that.
From the Beatles and the Stones to
In Excess, Paula Abdul. I'm looking at Kelly Clarkson.
Absolutely. You know,
cool. So Hello Dolly. Wow.
Yeah, they even did that. They even did one for that. Yeah. It's really funny. She is not into it.
And I see a couple Alice Cooper, right? And here's one that I really like. Are You Going to Be My Girl by Jet?
Yes. They've decided Max and Simon, they're not going to be in competition with each other on the outside, on the inside. They both sing her that song and she's like, no, not going to be in competition at all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. I can see that. Sure.
We've just finished Z, which is the last episode of our first season.
26 episodes.
Super exciting. We got through that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break, and season 2 will begin on August 23rd.
There you go.
Yeah. Starting back up with A again.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes. It's been a lot of fun, AT.
Oh, yeah. It's been an experience, too. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been an experience.
Yeah, there's been a lot to learn. I think we had a bit of a learning curve.
Yes.
You know, but you do with anything new.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we appreciate you listening. With that, we're out of here.
Thank you very much. We'll see you August 23rd.